You may not realise what this building is from its unique exterior, and you might not even recognise it as being disused. In fact, it is an abandoned church that has been closed for almost 7 years. These markings on the outside have an entirely different appearance on the inside. It was this magnificent structure that we spent our afternoon inside on a boiling hot day. The building was cloaked in trees that had noticeably overgrown around the structure since its closure. Originally a trail would have led around the church, but nowadays it is indistinct. Images from the building's time of welcoming show its unique look than the usual church. Although it was built in the 1960s, it was designed by an architect who wanted a transition from the normal houses of God and move into a more Italian style. After finding a way into the church, we had a glimpse of the centre hall. All that was in our way was a door.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We were in, and amazed by the huge room before us, covered by a massive domed ceiling. The light being let into the building was amazing, mixed from the tinted yellow windows and the long panel of stained glass. All the seats remained, and it was weird to imagine the estimated 300 people watching the service. These pews are actually the original ones from when the site opened. Certain architectural details made this explore so interesting to us, like the marble used on so many objects. This made everything in the hall very reflective. The altar was actually made in a central point rather than at the back of the hall, although there was one still there to keep tradition. This was because people wanted a more together feel to the service.
Oh, hymn numbers. That is so cool. So they like pick out 3 numbers, I think it was, from here. And then that'd be the hymn they'd sing.
In the small town we are in today, a parish formed back in 1958, and this church was built to serve the community. Its official opening date was in 1963, with a foundation stone laid by a bishop. At the time, the church was a very ambitious building, which reflects the era of architectural experiment. We could see this as we headed upstairs into another seating arrangement and looked up at the massive dome. There is a reason the structure is Grade 2 listed, and this was only apparent to us now. Another feature of this amazing building is the impressive long panel of stained glass on one side. Every colour you could think of is being let into the hall from a unique piece of architecture. We had never seen a form of stained glass like this in a church. It had a very abstract vibe to it, which is a characteristic shown through the entire building. Even the cross used in service was left lying against the wall, completely forgotten about by everyday passerbys. 2011, an estimated repair fee came up of £250,000. This led to a decision to close the church fully. A final service was held on the 14th of July the same year, and since then the church's doors have remained shut.
Now these are confessions. They'd kneel down on there, and then on this side would be the priest, I think. I think it's our confessions, right?
Our only task left of the explore was to make sure we checked all the rooms coming from the main hall to see if any surprises waited for us. We found that so many artifacts were still there from its time in use, there was probably enough to host our own service.
Whoa. Really sounds of decay in here for this. What? I have no idea what that is.
In a small storage room, we found that literally everything had been left behind. It was bizarre, as you would think books like these would have been sold. Stacks and stacks of them were allowing dust to grow, along with many boxes of candles. So far since closure, the future of the church is uncertain. The only thing that's happened is that it was made Grade 2 listed soon after it shut. We think that a building with such difference to the normal should be restored, but there's probably a major cost to do so. One item that has been removed is the cross above the altar, which makes it seem that the life of the church has died away.